rappers, but I don't think he's a movie rapper.
I think the thing is he got meshed in there with, you know what I'm saying, a lot of, sorry Cynthia, a lot of these new cats, because he's fucking young, you know what I'm saying, they see him as being semi-ignorant and just riding away with these other motherfuckers, I mean, which is cool.
Not like, just to be brutally honest, a nigga looks ignorant.
Yeah, he does. And that's so fucked up, too.
That's good, though. I think he addresses this, he addresses that in somewhere on one of these tracks. He's like, he probably, people see him with the dreads, they think I'm illiterate. When I open my mouth, they reconsider it, or some shit like that. So, you know, I kind of fuck with that, because I like I go certain places with my hair, like, down in front of my face, like, intentionally sometimes. So they can think that I'm, you know,
you just know
nothing that, like, I don't, like, I'm just, you know, nothing that is, like, nappy-headed nigga, and then, you know, up your mouth, prove them wrong.
I mean, to be in a position where you talking about some real shit and the first thing people do is judge you, that's kind of fucked up in and of itself, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Ain't hip-hop taught us nothing but we may look a certain way, but we got some shit to say from the fucking beginning. You know what I'm saying? So from the inception, you know, you look at what's going on, and it's just a reversal. But it's really not, it's just repeating itself.
Well, I think, like today, it's, everything's about the immediate image, so it's like, whatever you can show off immediately, like whatever you got to show for right away is what counts. So it's like, that's what everybody, like, people would much rather scroll through and see pictures as opposed to read the story. So it's like whatever you can capture or whatever you can say in the most amount of pictures is like what you're gonna be portrayed as. And like this thing Kodak is taking every opportunity to present himself as like the image that he has now, which is a motherfucking like in and out of jail, like hood nigga, project nigga, which I guess that's his story. But he's like, cause he could have been like stopped that shit and just focused 100% on rap. But I think he still like kept that lifestyle going just because he wanted to have like some story or more stories to tell later. Or just cause, you know, it's all he knew. But,
I think like for one, he might just have some bad PR people. You know what I'm saying? Because the first time I seen this nigga was on the BET Award. You know what I'm saying? When he was freestyling. And then he had the nerve to go in on, who was the fucking DJ? I forget who was the DJ, man. Some New York nigga. But first thing he said, the world, stage, boom, BET. Young nigga, you made it. Now what you gonna say? He's like, man, I don't even want to rap on this little sorry ass beat. And I'm like, oh, that shit's weak as fuck. Then the next time you see this nigga, he on another radio station that shall remain nameless. Pause. With the fucking mask on. Which is okay, but then you not saying anything? Why are you there?
I mean, he clearly don't have like a lot of media trade and shit like that, which is a lot of shit that, like, they're not doing that shit these days. Like, these young artists not worried about how they gonna be represented or how they interviews are gonna look after they do them. They're just going out there trying to portray the image that they known for already. So that's all that was.
So the younger generation, or would you just call it the new wave, what they doing right now to get music is they go on their SoundCloud. They ain't got no fucking money, so they go on SoundCloud. The shit is free. And you know what I'm saying? Whoever got the most hype, that's who's on the front page. And you know what I'm saying? If the shit sound dope, bada boom, bada fucking bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga get hot. And then the record labels ain't got shit to do but recognize him. So it's not even like you strive super hard to get to the pinnacle of wherever the fuck you trying to go. It's just you popular.
I think
it's a popularity
contract. Yeah, popularity, right. Yeah, you can equate that to politics, same shit.
It really is the
our
same
current
shit.
president's popularity and shit. That's a new wave. But I was talking to one of my boys in college and shit, and this nigga kind of grew up on like old school rap. To him is like Outkast and shit like that. So this wave, like the Uzis and all of them, like that's like the pinnacle of rap to them right now. Like that audience, like the younger millennials, like these niggas that are catching these niggas on this mumble wave are like the hype right now because they supposedly everywhere, they taking over and shit like that. But he was just like, oh, I don't think that's dying out. It's not a fad. Like that's just music. That's hip hop evolving. That's what it's evolved to now. And I'm just like, nah, like it's not the same. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like this nigga Kodak, I kind of misjudged him because he actually, you know, he's speaking some shit in his music. It's basic, it's simple, but he is speaking some shit, and he's a little ass kid, so I'm not sitting here expecting him to come like with some hype, you know, deep ass metaphorical shit, but like he's putting what the fans want out there, and then at the same time he's staying true to like who he is, or at least who we know him to be. And you know, I kind of, like I said, I went into this shit expecting not to like it, and it's actually like a couple of tracks that I just lied to. This shit down.
This shit jam. And he talking about some dope shit. It ain't no different shit than Cash Money was talking about. Yeah. It ain't no different shit than Wu-Tang was talking about. It ain't no different shit than fucking, you know what I'm saying, Run DMC was talking about.
I think maybe his antics outside of the music kind of made me prejudge him, you know what I mean? Because when he made the whole I'm better than Biggie and Tupac shit, like I was like, this nigga's retarded, like this nigga's out of there. But that ties back into what you said earlier, I think popularity, like he was obviously just saying the shit to get a buzz, get a reaction out of people, because he don't even know their music to say that he's better than them, you know what I mean? So,
and you know what I'm saying, maybe he's just that heavy with it. Maybe he's the one that's actually saying, yo, I'm better than them because I have an obligation to be better than these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I put forth the same effort as him. I'm in the studio as much as him. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing as much as him. I'm still alive. You know, no disrespect.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying?
You give him too much credit, dog. Yeah.
Hey, look,
you know
what I'm saying? Who says what he said without the audacity of being able to back that shit up? You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, hold on, we got a tune.
I know that he probably knows.
What up, Rojo?
He probably knows that those are the two most prominent names. Like people always quote them as the best, so that's why the nigga was like,
let me compare myself to these niggas.
But I guarantee that nigga he can't quote like a pop verse. I would put money on it. Like,
but that's another view.
I would
that's
put money on
view.
it that he can't quote a pop or Biggie verse that wasn't on the radio. I would put money on that. And then I think what else happened? The nigga challenged Lil Wayne. Didn't he challenge Lil Wayne to like a rap off? And no. He said they could fight, they could box, and whoever won was the greatest rapper alive type shit. I'm like, what?
No, that shit's silly. That shit is crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Here we are. You know what I'm saying? Call it what you want. Not putting him on a pedestal and no shit like that, but the nigga being talked about.
Yeah.
He's in the studios. And I mean, this shit is great, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna deny it. I am a hip-hop head right here. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Broadcasting real shit all the time. You know, I can quote this shit lyric for fucking lyric right here. So I ain't no newborn. I ain't no fucking preemie in this shit. I love hip-hop, and what was dope was I was like, let me just listen to this shit because I got subscription service and I can listen to whatever the fuck I want to. But I jam this shit from back to front. You know what I'm saying?
I look at it, it's like, hey.
This shit
Hey, I said
jam,
the
dog.
same shit. Like if things were the way they were back then, where you had to go buy a CD to actually like listen to the whole thing, I can't say that I would buy Kodak CD though. But with the way shit's put out to us right now, and you can stream it, like I definitely, I mean, listen to this shit on the regular. I don't know if that, I don't know. It's at least like 4 or 5 tracks that I listen to. And I guess that used to normally be my number, like 5, 6 tracks. Before I,
Cynthia, she's not feeling that.
before I buy something, she's not feeling that. You ain't got no money, though. You don't make no decision.
Nah, Cynthia, what you feel about this shit, Cynthia? I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, she right. She right.
But see, that's kind of like what I was saying, where, you know, you have some kind of fucking thought process going into it, but at the end of it, you dissecting it, you hearing it, you judging it lyric by lyric, and you say to yourself, okay, you know what, this ain't stupid. I mean, like, thing is, what are we comparing the current,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who's the benchmark?
That's what I was just thinking when you were saying, like, just saying a little bit you said. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
you gotta go into it thinking one thing, but at the same time, like, we can't, like, I can't go into listening to Kodak Black expecting to get, like, some Outkast or some fucking Kendrick or even J. Cole. Like, I can't hold him to that same, you know what I mean, standard.
I think,
It's like you naturally want to, because it's like you getting all this popularity. So I want you naturally to have some product that's, you know what I mean, that at least, you know, you can deem it as fucking suitable for the popularity that you get. Like, you can deem it as equivalent shit to the hype that you're getting. Like, at least you can back it up with the product, with the music. He didn't fail all the way. I would say, like, I get this about, we develop a rap, a rating system.
Yeah.
But
It's called SlapBoxxx Radio. How many fucking slaps?
I would give Kodak. I would give Kodak. I think the more slaps though.
Yeah, it should be worse. Yeah. I thought the same shit.
I'd only
Damn, Cynthia.
not agreeing with a lot of shit. Cynthia, you getting 5 slaps for your performance tonight. As soon as these cameras cut off. But this my shit right here too though. This patty cake shit. This reminds me of some Gucci Mane type shit. It's just like some shit you just ride to. Like some party shit.
You know, a lot of you were saying something. Oh yeah, slaps. How many slaps would you give it?
Alright, go ahead. Say what you gonna say. I'm thinking on that.
So, the slap criteria, I'm freestyling this as it goes, but I think it should be based on beats, rhymes, and overall product. So, when it comes to what this nigga talking about, I give that shit 2 slaps out of 5. It's like, nigga, fuck with you. But, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It could definitely be improved upon, you know. You come from, you know, what sounds like...
That's your overall 2 slaps?
2 slaps on the hip, 2 slaps on the lyrics. Production, I give it another 2 slaps out of 5. It's simplistic. It can be copycat like a motherfucker. But at the same time, it's the streets. It ain't just trap elements. It's very, it sounds very, to me, very elementary, which is basic to me, but also comes across to a vast crowd.
And what you give it as, what's the third one you said?
Whole project, I give you 2 slaps, young nigga. One on the front, one on the backhand side. But guess what? 2 slaps is better than 3, 4, 5 slaps.
Hey, so on lyrics, I'm gonna give 3 slaps on lyrics, just because.
Damn. This nigga like, getting mollywop.
But not in a bad way. It probably be like, man, come on, dog. Because it's like, but I don't know. I'm gonna say 2.5. So like, come on. Alright, let me just tell you what's wrong before I hit you a third time.
It was slick though.
So, but it's like, I feel like he's developing a little bit because he's coming all the way from his early shit, but I was just like, I want you to do more. Like, I want you to do more. Like, I want you to stop. I don't want you to come with these basic ass rhymes. You know what I mean? I don't want you to rhyme the same word with the same word. Like, you know what I mean? I want you to do a little bit more and still keep you can still keep your hood, your trap, whatever persona, but like develop it a little bit more, which I think that's why I took some of the slaps back, because I think he's gonna do that. Like, I think he's growing, he's showing progression and shit. Production, I feel like you said it's amateur, but it works. I feel like this nigga like surfed YouTube and got some beats, so I'm gonna give him an equivalent 2.5 slaps. Like, damn, why you had to do that? But they ride though. So. My fault for hitting you.
My bad, bro. I take half of that shit.
I'm gonna take that shit back.
Hey, yo,
the production. Another thing I do like about the production is you don't hear Metro booming everywhere. Like, but Metro's on a couple of them, but he ain't just reach out and grab like mad producers to make his shit poppin'. Like, I like that. What was the
last whole project?
Whole project, honestly, whole project. Man, I'm gonna say, just because I had lower expectations, I'm gonna say 1 slap, dog.
Damn.
Because I had lower expectations and I listened to this shit like consistently through, like the whole way through, on repeat a couple times, and I don't know if it was repetition that made me feel some of this shit, but I actually remembered some of the tracks and like wanted to go back and hear some of them again.
That says a lot.
Yeah, you know, and it was like I vibed to it, like, you know what I mean? I could hear shit all the way through. Even some of the shit that I wasn't really fucking with, I could stand and listen to it. So, yeah, I mean, he really earned he earned me as a I'm not gonna say as a fan. Yeah. I'm not gonna say fan, but I'm gonna say as a listener, admire, respect him, because I see. I mean, I know he's still young, but he's showing some growth and development. Overall, I think it's a dope project. Like, I mean, it's not his debut album, I don't think, right? Because he has some other shit out.
I know he got some tapes, but I think this is the first album.
Album.
Which, I mean,
studio album. I don't think it's bad for his first album, dog. Like,
amongst all of the new age, you know, your 21s, your Tentacions, your fucking Ray Shrimmers. Yeah.
I mean,
how you say that shit? Made in Tokyo?
Oh,
that's how it is? Yeah. Tokyo? How would you rate this shit?
This? Rate what? This?
Yeah. Amongst all them.
Oh man, I don't know. Like, amongst all of them, I don't think I don't know. Like, I can't even I give Kodak a little more credit because I like I can't say that I said through any one of all of those other projects. Anybody you mentioned, other than Ray Sherman, like I think Ray Sherman, they got a little bit more. I'm not gonna say a little bit more clout, but they are gonna. They managed to come out, they managed to bust out before the mumble rap phase, so I don't think they're in that same cluster. So like you said, they are a little more seasoned. Like their project actually has some shit on there that I ride to. I mean, and then a lot of their features I think helped them out too, cause like Perfect Fight, like real shit, that shit's timeless.
But you know what I'm saying, in Kodak's defense, a lot of this shit jam, but a lot of it has meaning. You know what I'm saying? Perfect Pint. I don't know how much of that, you know what I'm saying, you can sit with. It's
like a party anthem.
Yeah, exactly. Bless you.
Excuse me.
How many features this nigga got on this shit?
He got Jeezy, which is a dope feature.
Bun.
Feeling this. He got Bun, Candy Paint. He got Future. He got Young Thug. I think he got A Boogie with the hoodie right here. And
so we went deep with the features.
And he got I want to say 1 or 2 more people, but how many tracks though?
Oh yeah, this shit. I think it's kind of long.
He got 18 tracks.
Hell yeah,
and
it's crazy.
5 out of 18 got the features. That's not bad.
I look at it like this. When you come out, if I could give any advice to a young nigga, you know what I'm saying, take it for what it is be you all the way, stay consistent, because when you know you gave it your all, then you know you put it all out there, you ain't hold shit back. And if you fail, then you fucking fail, and if you come up, then that's what it is, then. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, for this cat, he put it all out there. And it is what it is, you know? I mean, shit. I can't deny the fact that I listened to this whole album straight on the way to go pick up some shoes and back. And I was like, you know, I wasn't zooted or anything. It was just like, oh, okay. This shit got a flow to it. Too many albums now is broken up, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm hitting a brick wall every time I change the track. You know what I'm saying?
Like people trying a lot of different shit, trying to see what works,
trying to fit. Like, I'm gonna find some fucking avenue to, you know, get you satisfied. Hoeing themselves out. That shit is whack.
This shit does have a consistent like vibe to it. Like you can ride it out throughout the end. This one right here, conscious. This one which track you looking for?
Nah, I'm just looking at this fucking album art. That's another thing, man. Album art, niggas need to step their game up with the album art. I'll say, man, that fucking Yachty album art, that shit is bananas to me, dog. That nigga came all the way out there with that shit. That shit is gangster.
You think Yachty troll? Like, what you think about Yachty? As a preview into the Yachty episode, I think we need to do a freshman class recap of the niggas that Double XL put out as freshmen, and then break them niggas down and see where they are now. Cause there's a lot of niggas that's not around. Yachty's managed to stay around, but I'm just like, this nigga is like, I mean, he's being smart, but I'm just like,
look at the longevity he gained after fucking sunning Joe Budden, and unintentionally sunning this nigga. You know what I'm saying? That shit was embarrassing to me.
I think he's just playing into a lane though. Like I think, like his new. Have you heard any of his new shit? Like new shit like this year. It's like pop, like singing shit, like disco, not disc, like EDM.
Oh
like,
yeah.
He's
I
like trying to transition
a
little shit. You know.
It was weird to me. I wasn't feeling it.
But he's trying to cross over to that. You know, that he's trying to make that fan base middle America, like King of the Teens, like all that shit. That's his, you know, that's his lane he's trying to go in, which whatever, but it's just like,
I don't necessarily like that. You know, A$AP Ferg, he kind of did the same thing with his second album. Like, the first one was like, oh man, I felt like I was in fucking New York, listening to that shit. And then he kind of went off on his other shit. Same when I think about...
But his shit was still like, you mean he was kind of like singing something? I feel like
it
his
was
shit
some
was still
like
like hip-hop infused, like hard ass.
Maybe I might just be dwelling on one track in particular, but it kind of had like a little world fusion shit that I was like, I see what you're doing. It's a smart play. You go to Germany on tour, niggas is fucking with you in Frankfurt, but you know what I'm saying, they want to hear some other shit too. Like
well, I think he had a couple joints with it. I know he had one song with Missy that was kind of like a bounce song almost. Not New Orleans bounce, but more like a DC.
Yeah,
like
that go-go shit.
Go-go vibes.
Yeah.
But he's on that shit though, like.
Which is cool. I mean, yeah. Who else did that? You know, I touched on last episode with Kendrick, Volume 2, For Killer Butterfly. Is that his second shit? I feel like he had some before that.
The untitled shit.
Oh yeah, I guess. That was okay. Yeah, to Pimp a Butterfly. I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, this shit is so like different. Maybe it's a safe play because niggas' sophomore albums typically die. It's like if the shit is so abstract and you target it to do 100,000 units, you know what I'm saying, and you bust out for 150, then you know the record label is like, oh okay, cool, boom, we're gonna give you a third shot. And by the third shot, if you get 3 albums in the game nowadays, niggas consider you a veteran, dog.
Nah, I think most deals that these niggas signing these days are for like at least 3. I don't see no people that 1 and 2 label deals. Now, Kendrick and TDE is something different.
Yeah.
Because that's like family, but this nigga Kodak, I don't know what his record structure's like, but I'm sure whoever he's signed to, I don't even know. That's something I'm gonna check out real quick though. But I'm sure it's not.
Yeah,
on
that's
some,
a good.
I'm sure it's not on some 1 or 2 album shit. But
I keep a white girl.
Oh, but yeah, there it is.
Oh shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna charge up. We're gonna take a commercial break. I think my sister-in-law's downstairs. Embrielle! Give me some meatloaf! I need meatloaf!
Did we already play Patty Cake?
Yeah.
And Core Links and J-Pay. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I did have a couple of tracks, like those are the tracks that stood out to me. That Core Links and J-Pay. Just cause it was like
oh shit, that's gonna cue up my shit, but I got the fucking
it was like what about I keep thinking it's a laptop, but it's a folder. You can probably pull that shit in later though. But Core Links and J-Pay, it's like some shit that it's like some shit that I guess you deal with if you see my notes. If you're dealing with like when you got people in jail and shit like that, or when you in jail yourself, it's just like a simple ass beat, like you said earlier, but the lyrics do like kind of like make you feel like you in a situation. And I think this nigga says this on the album. I can't remember which track, but he's like, if you ain't lived my life when I spit my lyrics, you don't think you lived it. And it's kind of like, you know, it's simple as fuck, but it actually, like, when I listen, like, Core Links and J-Pay is a song that when I listen to, like, the first thing I think about is when my brother was locked down and I'm trying to put money on his shit so he can buy shit he need, or put money down so he can I mean, make phone calls and shit like that. So that shit just resonated. It just made me, I mean, I listened to the lyrics and even though everything that he was saying I didn't have to do, it's just like, yeah, I feel like I know what you're talking about. That shit was real.
I you know, and that brings up another subject, like, you know, I've heard murmurs of some of the top, you know, rappers now, they fucking lyrics is being written for them. Mm-hmm. You know, all they are is just a figurehead. And if I see right now, if I go to the credits and I look at this nigga shit and every joint is written by him, he automatically gets 2 slaps back.
It sounds so simple though. Like I haven't. That's it's crazy. I thought that, but I haven't checked yet to see like what the stats are. But I was wondering the same thing. Like if he wrote this shit, but I'm just like, the reason I didn't rush to check is because I'm like, it seems so simple that I'm just like, he had to wrote this shit himself. like not playing them, but I'm just like, I hope it didn't take like a team of writers to come up with this shit.
I would think so, but then again, as dumbed down as it may seem, maybe that's just how much effort they put into it. Cause like he could have went off on some like, oh yeah, I mean I don't know, you know, that's the thing. That's why I like viewing the credits. I used to love cracking open the album and looking to the back and, you know, reading the fucking, you know,
listening to it and being like, oh shit, so and so wrote on this.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is who's the background. Like,
and not to mention, that's how people used to find. Got another comment on this shit. That's how people. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I see y'all. Y'all tuning in with us, greatly appreciated. We in here, man. SlapBoxxx Radio, Volume Uno. Kicking it live right now in studio. We got the candles going, a little bit of beer and wine. You know, taking a break off from the hard liquor.
Wow,
so we
lavender.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. There's some sense of lavender and Negro musk in the air. You know what I'm saying. We're gonna keep it rocking. You know, that's what we do. But whatever y'all want to talk about, we here hanging out with you late night. You know what I'm saying. Dig it one time. Talking about these young rappers in particular. Series is called KKK. We touching on Kendrick. We hit on him.
KKK. Kendrick, Kodak, and Khalid. Not to be confused with
DJ Khalid. Khaled is some known by. You know. I'm just really want to hone in on what we do to judge what's being heard now, and what can we do to make sure that what's put forth moving forward is as dope as it possibly could be. Feeling like, man, this nigga just be spitting, bruh.
And this is shit he got with Jeezy. See, I think too, like we touched on features earlier, like his features aren't necessarily like just random ass features. Like his features make sense to me. Like Future, I'm gonna say Future and A Boogie are the most like just trendy features that he got. But like this track right here with Jeezy, like this sound like a Jeezy song.
Yeah, it's got that kind of hope in it.
Yeah, it got that vibe of like, I'm grinding but I'm making it, but I'm trying to do it type shit. The Bun B shit with Candy Paint, that shit makes sense. Like the nigga, I'm assuming he recorded it in Houston. I didn't get into the details yet. That's the only downside to that streaming shit. Like you can't, like some songs on Tidal they have like the details and shit like that. But when you got an album or when you buy the CD, like it'll literally tell you where the shit was recorded at, like what studios it was recorded at and shit.
That's what I was gonna say.
That shit earlier.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. When you crack open that album, you know how you perpetuated dope shit from back in the day was you be like, man, I really love the chords on that. And then you flip it open, you be like, alright, yo, this cat got so ill on the chords, I'ma hire him to make some dope shit. And it was just perpetual dope shit coming out. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying, you could pull a beat off the web for production and you may have a completely different vision than what the producer intended for it.
Right.
But because you gave him 3-4 racks for exclusive rights,
You do what you want.
you do what you want. And then, you know, they may not even see you out again because somebody younger is doing it for cheaper. And then boom, you ostracize out the game. So that's just the nature of everything now. Cheaper, cheaper, cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So, which is understandable. But you gotta hit the bottom line. And the bottom line is, you know, when you incorporate, you know, those veterans, the Jeezys, the Bun B's, is paying homage, and you know that is, I guess, the current day, modern day sign of showing respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Instagram scrolling, but I'm just checking through credits, and there's other composers mentioned, but you know, composers can fall under, you know, fucking engineers or niggas that's making tracks or doing some sort of beat. I don't see any other writers mentioned.
Oh, just him?
That could be strategic because it doesn't list writers for anything so far. Like, it doesn't list it specifically. Like, it says performer, vocals, composer, producer.
What it say for vocals?
Writers. Kodak.
Oh shit. Then that's the telltale sign right there.
I mean, that's just we out again. That's just I mean, I'm not trying to start no rumors of them, but that's just, you know, I know on some, I've seen, not all, I'm not gonna say all of the credits that I've looked at, like through a streaming service list of writers, but you know, majority of them do list like writer credits and shit like that. But
I'm surprised to find that even was there, because now I figure unless you dropping your name on the beginning of the beat, you know what I'm saying, and you're not the main artist, or you're the main artist, then it's really like, you know, who all is on this shit? Who's getting paid? But I'll tell you, putting in work, man, these engineers, dog, because I hear some shit now, man, that sounds simple, but because it's sonically so dope, like it just feels good on your ears. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes the shit hot. Like, I listen to No Type over and over because the echo, the reverb, you know what I'm saying, is just so dope. You feel like you in the club. You feel like you at the venue even though you not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the way
it was
everything.
something crazy about that beat too. Like, it was something crazy. So there was some story
Like some kind of
that.
fact behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like,
I
it was
love
just
to hear
like
that.
like some like some random like bullshit. Something came up. I can't remember. I try to. That's homework. Anybody looking or listening, tell us that story. Leave it in the comments if y'all know it. It's some kind of story behind No Type. I know they didn't want to do that. They didn't think it was gonna be a good move. But there's another story behind the production of No Type, I believe.
That's
Could be
Mike
making
Will.
shit up. Yeah,
Hey,
that is Mike.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If I'm making shit up, y'all leave that in the comments too. But yeah.
I listened to what's another dope joint that I dissected. We heard off that Kendrick how that Loyalty with Rihanna. Yeah, got that 24 karat sample in the beginning. And I saw this young cat, man, on YouTube. He broke it down, dog. Like, how this shit happened. Like, he reversed it, slowed it down, chopped it up, and like, it was just so dope, man.
I heard about it, but I haven't seen that. I haven't looked into how it actually goes in, like how it actually plays into it. But I did hear about that. So like, what's recognizable? Is the sample reversed, or is it
It's like, you know,
slowed down in is it just slowed down in the regular format to where you can recognize it, or is it reversed and then slowed type shit?
It's like, it goes like, I just wanna take you there, da, 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 da. And then they bring it back and it's like, da, 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 it's da, 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 da. And like they just took that, da, 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 da. Like I gotta let you hear it.
You talking about Bruno Mars?
Bruno Mars, like in the beginning of 20, right? Yeah, in the beginning, like the beginning.
Oh,
he's like, I just wanna take you there. It's got the little Zapp and Roger shit. Yeah. And they took that part and reversed it. That shit is crazy. It may not. Now you make me want to cue the shit up.
I kind of. Okay. I'm kind of.
Yeah, your phone might have cut back on. See if it queued up.
Hearing it.
Hold up. Let me grab a bottle of wine too.
I'm hearing it.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Show doesn't stop.
So yeah. Anyway, we're trying to get these kinks worked out. I mean, all of this is early stages, y'all know. So right now we trying to get some music queued up so we can listen to what we are supposed to be talking about. Oh, and we just got service back on this. So right now we're gonna play tracks from the phone. We're gonna keep it. Oh, the phone died, so we're gonna let the phone rest and charge up for real. And get back into it one way or another. We got another laptop in the building, so I'm gonna step off scene for a minute and try to get some shit queued up via that method. But we gonna get shit working. Stick with us. If you watching, drop some comments. Let us know what we need to do better, what we need to do different, and what we need to keep doing. You know what I mean? Because I know we doing something right, even if we just sitting here looking good. You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think about Kodak. You know what I mean? What y'all think about Kodak's comments? Him saying that he's better than Biggie and Pop. Is anybody taking the time to listen to the whole project in full? You know what I mean? What y'all rate the project? If y'all could run up on Kodak and give him a couple slaps, from 0 to 5 slaps, how many slaps would y'all give Kodak? I mean, let us know that. We want to know y'all opinions as well. Our opinions aren't the only ones that count. This nigga America coming in with the pinkies up shit.
Pinkies up, you already know. Keeping it classy.
He's seen. Alright. Now to make it to the internet via that, Lappy. Keep it classy, keep it functional. There we go. Still didn't come up?
Oh, you know what? You got a corkscrew, don't you? Hey. That's right. Yeah, we in here drinking wine. What you got to say?
Hey,
it's only Thursday, damn it.
It's only Thursday. Hey, shit. Kind of feel like we should let the nigga Kodak rest, dog, and get into some other shit.
Yeah, see what's on that program. So, top news. One thing I want to talk about very quickly. We're not going to touch on every subject matter. We know y'all hanging out with us late. It's not quite your bedtime. You know,
it's Thursday, though. You know, some people off tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Lucky ass niggas.
But some people, you know what I mean, work weekend, and on Thursday sometimes.
On swig?
Yeah, put me up. But this is awesome. Some Pinot Noir, a little Moscato. Yeah, so we don't do no free promo on SlapBoxxx Radio, but we sipping on a little wine. We've been sipping on a little bit of everything. Taking it light today, no heavy liquor, just a little beer. I mean, a little crossfaded on a couple other teams we won't mention. But we're gonna pour up some of this Pinot Noir, a little white, Prodotto in Italia. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pour my homie up. He opened the bottle, so I'm gonna pour him up first, just out of courtesy.
Pinkies
respect.
up.
Pinkies always extended up at all times. How we do things.
We in here talking about what you want to talk about. Whatever subject matter you want us to touch on, we gonna touch on it.
To progression?
To progression, to prosperity,
Mm.
and to plenty bucks.
Mm.
3 P's, baby.
And I'm gonna go ahead and eat it off. 4 is my favorite number. Prosperity, progression, plenty bucks, and pussy.
I knew this nigga was gonna say that shit, bro.
But hey, what was that? What was that on your brain? You wanted to
Man, I want to talk about
slap
this
somebody
heavy
in the mouth.
man.
What's up?
5 fucking slaps goes to
Who?
Sir, and I'm doing this nigga justice, Sir Donald Trump, bro. I'm sorry, I thought I could go a whole
You can
episode.
take my 5 slaps and give it to him.
10 damn slaps. Bro, you done went diamond with the slaps.
Mm.
This nigga.
Well,
What
what about though? Because you can't just throw that blanket out.
Hell
You
no.
gotta at least have.
Some
You gotta at
specific.
least say one of the. This is a plethora of things, but at least give us an update.
One
What you
thing
telling me?
the president has always been, to me, irregardless, I don't even know who my first president was, maybe Reagan, but, just
I don't
this.
think irregardless is a word, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah, possibly, yeah.
Sorry.
Shit, and the wine already getting, no, not quite
already
yet.
hit it.
Who we got?
Oh shit.
Talk about Lester Hare. That boy Mike
who was
say,
that?
talk about Lester Hare.
Who was that?
Michael.
Swapped up.
Yeah.
Swapped up. You sit down, dog. You wanna comment on my hair? You come to the studio. Talk about that, bruh.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Yeah. Make me pull out the.
Where the bike at, bruh? I'm looking for a bike.
He gonna make me pull out the. Yeah, what's the nigga name from Living Single, dog?
Oh, the Kyle shit.
Cow. Hey, but
yeah, man. SlapBoxxx Radio, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Just want to give a big high five to all you fly guys and gals out there tuning in with us one time. We just in here feeling, fresh, clean,
hey,
lovely.
Let's tie this politics thing back into music.
Yeah.
You
Perfect.
talked about Donald
Perfect.
Trump.
Perfect.
How about this concert that the Saudis are giving him, full of all male performers? Toby Keith, some other country niggas, I don't know, some white niggas, white people.
White niggas.
They're white. There are white niggas. There are white niggas. But
good shit.
the Saudis are paying to give Trump a concert full of token Tom Brady's, which is what I'm calling white.
Well, I can't
boys
even knock
now.
Tom Brady because he ain't show up to the shit after the Super Bowl. So that's a nod to Tom Brady.
But do you think that? But he's already come out and stated that he supported Trump, though.
He did, but he retracted
prior-
that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what you think, that's a franchise move, or you think that's a personal move? Though?
Which is kind of like what you call that shit, catch-22. Because whenever you hired somewhere, do you really speak all of your fucking mind?
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? You can't. That's why Kaepernick is ousted right now.
Right.
And Tom Brady,
But do you
figurehead of
think
the
that he
league.
would not have? But you saying that to say that that's why he retracted his statement?
Yeah, to play it damn safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Your
So-
employer has you by the damn balls, and you playing it safe, which is crazy in and of itself, but totally understandable.
Dog, I used to be into I really did used to follow sports like that. I used to follow sports like that. Like college, high school, I'm straight ESPN, shit like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, after that big shit, living in Atlanta, seeing the
crazy.
shit that Vic did for Atlanta and for the city, and then the way that they tried to portray him after that dog shit, it was just like,
dog shit.
y'all forgetting that this the same dude that like just came through and bought everybody groceries and shit like that, and like paid for Thanksgiving and shit for everybody.
I wonder,
like,
was the Virginia Tech shit before that or after that?
Virginia Tech with his brother?
Virginia Tech with the shooting.
The shit, like the Chinese kid?
Yeah, the Asian kid that went bananas. Because I'm curious as to whether or not it happened before. Only reason why, and I know it's a stretch.
I think it was afterwards, though.
It was after? Oh, okay.
I'm thinking that was afterwards. Because I'm thinking I was in college by then.
I think so too. Damn, this shit crazy. But I only bring that up because my question is, you know, if he had an opportunity to show face and be like, you know, say some politically correct words about that shit, you know, and then they come right behind him with this whole dog problem, that's even more the way, or more of a reason as to why I feel like that was some bullshit. Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And, it was some bullshit because there were other fucking players in the league there on the scene when they apprehended this nigga initially, first of all. Second of all, this nigga big motherfucking Bertha rapist Ben Roethlisberger rapes 3 bitches every season, and this shit swept under the rug. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's terrible. I mean, and you know,
But Vic is convicted and ousted from his $100 million contract because of a dog fight that he was caught at. Like, that was that his cousin.
Yeah, really.
His cousin,
the proprietor,
tried to say that it was his shit, his operation, and they were like, "Nah, you nigga."
Yeah, they came for him, which is ridiculous. But you know, the whole shit is just politics. Oh shit, hold on. Politics and hip hop all riding. Politics and entertainment even more, all riding together, which don't make no damn sense to me. I've been looking at this fucking candle for a long time. I'm like, is that a lizard in there? Like, don't that look like a damn lizard? I don't know what that is. Anyway.
But yeah, man.
So, but yeah, between politics and entertainment, everything's political. Yo, let me tell you a story I heard on NPR. Wait, hold on. We're not supposed to shout out any other radio station. On another radio station that's to go nameless.
The name will not be publicly released.
Exactly. We'll blur that shit. If you caught it live, then lucky you. But this guy in like Yugoslavia or some shit, if that shit even still exists, he fucking was a comedian, and he would tell so many jokes about the politicians that people loved him. You know, they loved how he chimed in on politicians and make fun of them. And then he began to say, if I was a politician, then I would, you know, give everybody free ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a politician, I'd make everybody wear their pants backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Little do you know, people were casting votes for this motherfucker because it was election time. Mm-hmm. They were casting votes for him, and he wasn't even on the ballot. Mm-hmm. So there was such a poor turnout for the politicians who actually were running. They recast the ballot. He's a motherfucking president of Yugoslavia now.
Wow.
Yeah, and he thought it was so ironic. He's still laughing to this day. I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just more the reason everything's a popularity contest.
You think Trump's still laughing?
Nah, I think that nigga culture shock.
He just gave a speech at what university? He just gave a commencement speech, and he was like, yeah, there are a few presidents out there, maybe 1 or 2, and he's like, raise your hand if you think you could be president, and he's like, yeah, raise your hand, and then he goes,
oh man, this
shit was just like obviously maybe he's not raising his hand because he thinks that he could be, you know, president, but It's just like, nigga, you the next George Bush, just worse. It's just like,
Just worse.
like, oh, maybe there's one or two presidents, maybe one or two of you people out there that have graduated from an actual school and put in
work and consideration.
Yeah, maybe you can be president.
At first, I thought he was that smart, but now, like, how he be talking about some shit, like, oh, I feel like I'm on a witch, like, I feel like I'm being witch hunted. I'm like, who says that, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if Barack Obama said that? You know, oh, I feel like I'm on a witch hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit just sounds retarded to me. I don't
think he's smart, dog. I just think he's fucking blindfully prideful. And this motherfucker would rather go down in flames than admit that he did anything wrong.
He might have just been carrying it. He's probably doing everything right.
I mean, he is. He's doing everything right. That I said this a while ago when I realized that he was going to win the election, that they're going to use him to get the Republican Party and the Democrats, for that matter. Like, both of them niggas are one and the same, which is something we'll probably touch on later. There's division for public perception, but they are one and the same. They work together behind closed doors, but they put Trump in office so he could be a puppet to get some of the shit that they want done. And then when the public is like, okay, it's too much, then that's when they're gonna impeach him and get him out of there and put somebody else in there. And then at that point, we would have already become the fucking laughing stock of the fucking world, but that's exactly what's going on. Like, there's stories right now about secret indictments and shit like that, and it's like you can't indict a president while he's acting, so these indictments would have to come after he's impeached, which would like make you question if there are indictments, then are people assuming, or do they have some information that he's about to be impeached soon?
Like the whole James Comey shit.
Yeah,
like that shit crazy.
Right,
and they wrapping this shit up in so much fucking propaganda. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I mean, I don't know, man. You know, I think a lot of why what goes on today goes on is because people don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? People don't act no more, dog. You know, like you would see at every turn. Yeah, good luck. You would see at every turn activism when it came to wanting to put someone in a position of power. They didn't just assume that shit. You know, it wasn't just a flick of the wrist. It was, you know, actually get out there, put boots on the ground, which is why I was so into Obama, man. It's a damn shame that, I don't know, I'm still fucking shocked, dog. Still shocked. It's only been 100 and some odd days. And I'm like, yo, Obama, man, he ain't really not president no more.
Obama's, I told my brother, me and my brother and I had this conversation. Obama's going to be more powerful outside of office than he was in office. Like, I feel like Obama played the game and played it safe while he was president. And I feel like he had to. Like, I'm going to be honest, his second term, I expected him to wild the fuck out. Like, let these niggas out of jail.
Hey, he did though.
Weed free. I mean, he let some, but he at the same time.
He did what he could.
He did what he
could.
The
constraints that he had.
He did what he could, but I just wanted him to come full out. Like,
I feel like
these last 4 years, I've been perpetrating and
real nigga
roll call. You know where I'm from? Chirac. I've been in private school all my life, so I'm proper, but a nigga gets down. Like, I'm with the shits. Like, I wanted him to come. I wanted him to come full blast. You know?
I am.
But me and this, like, me, my brother and I had this conversation, and I got most of the footage, and I'm gonna upload it one day. But it was a deep ass conversation because he was still on the fact that, damn, we got a black president, so he's about to come in and be for the people, and that's where I was back in. You know what I mean? 08, when this nigga Obama was running. I was in Carrollton at the call center, Like I'm donating every pay
shit,
period.
I remember that, dog.
Like I'm out there,
Yeah.
I'm hyped. Like I'm collecting news articles. I'm watching the news. Like I'm
activism.
active,
Yeah.
And it's like when my brother and I were talking, I saw that in him. But I'm like, nigga, you just getting on to Obama. I expected that of him 4 years ago, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I already know now, after his first term, that after his first term and then 2 years into his second term, I already know that he's Manchurian candidate beta. Like,
yeah, just kind of.
He's playing the role. They put him in there, and he's playing the role. And now that I feel like, though, puppet string, exactly. I feel like, though, now that he's out of office, I feel like he'll have a little more freedom to say and do shit. When he gets ready to, because I know he probably want to step the fuck back right now.
He probably do, and not be so publicized.
Right.
And I was fearful, man, and I won't speak of any, ill will to take place on anybody that leaves this country.
I won't say it either, but I wanted it to happen.
Oh, word.
Are you talking about somebody assassinate Trump?
No, I was talking about Obama.
Sorry.
Yeah, wrong one. What? No. Hey, look.
I don't wish death on anybody, though. I know. But I just wish that there was maybe an attempt, and then he would be like, nah, I don't want this shit.
I don't want this. But, and that's another thing. Who else thought that once Obama assumed presidency, like, wow, I can't believe he got the highest honor in the land. And then once Trump got that shit, he was like, man, that shit ain't really a big ass deal at all.
Yo, take that shit into perspective, dog.
That shit is crazy, right?
So after we finally get a black president, then they make a mockery out of the office of presidency.
That's what resonated most with me, dog.
What the fuck is this? Are you serious? After we get a black president, then they denigrate the presidency globally, not just within the United States, but on a global scale. Everybody is laughing at us. Other countries won't allow this nigga to speak to their governments. They don't acknowledge him. And we are forced to fucking abide by the shit that he says. Is it only because they just got rid of Obama? And it's like, you hate us so much. There's so much deep-rooted hate against African Americans that in order to not let him leave with a good legacy, you gotta come and tarnish the whole office that he upheld, so that people will question like the president's role altogether.
Which so made it more of a popularity contest to me.
And everything that Obama did was kind of like, oh well, Trump. Obama, Trump.
There's this contractor at my job who shall remain nameless.
Name that motherfucker, dog.
Well, for the purposes of keeping income in this household. He shall remain nameless.
When we start doing appearances, we're going to start naming niggas.
Hell yeah, I'm a corner motherfucker. But he's got the nerve to say to me, and granted, he's a third-party contractor, not an employer, so I probably could put his shit on blast. But the only thing Obama did was legalize homosexual marriage or some shit like that. And I'm like, from a standpoint of what you just said in context, I'm not even going to go on the fact that that's not even the fucking, beginning of what this man has fulfilled promise-wise. You bypass like a bigger deal than that, in my opinion. Respectfully so. But if he did do what you said, legalize homosexual marriage or whatever, like, think about that, man. He finally made it come across to a united people that, damn it, if these gay people want to get married, let them do that. Which is monumental in my opinion.
And see, people don't realize too that like a lot of shit that they think Obama is responsible for it's just some of the same agendas that the Democratic Party's been trying to push for the longest.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that we could push this shit through now that we got a nigga in office. Like, people gonna be more sympathetic, or if it goes bad down the line, we can always blame the nigga. Like, I look at this shit as a fucking varsity, dog. Like, this shit is a fucking jig to me. Like, everything that they wanted to push through prior to Obama, they pushed through when Obama got in office. And now they're trying to scale back on some of this shit. Now it's a big deal. Now this, now that. Like, I look at this shit like, this nigga Obama was a fucking tool, dog. I respect the nigga for what he stands for and the symbolism of the first black president. I think he's intelligent. I think he's smart. But he had to play the game, and that's all I look at it as. And I just feel like even like it was an obvious shift in the homosexuality / gay agenda or whatever. It was obvious because the shit's on TV now more than ever before. Like, there's shows based around that more than ever before that are on during times when kids are at home, which is like a fucking
big deal.
Big deal.
Yeah.
There's fucking the jail system that's in place that, you know what I mean, locks up young ass kids and puts them in jails and prisons with older men that are convicted pedophiles and shit like that, and the kids are only there temporarily, the men are there for life. What the fuck you think they gonna do? The kids go back out into the street, and then they take that same shit they just learned in jail, and then they go out into the street, and they, you know what I mean, hate that life, but then that same life is put on TV, and everybody talking about that shit is bad. Like, it's just a fucking motherfucking system.
It is. It's all congruent and it all coincides. You know, but at its essence, I mean, damn, what you said was heavy as hell. But let's see how people. Okay. But nothing. I thought we got another beam. But
the last comment was about my hair.
I think so. I just scrolled. But fact of the matter is, you know, be that as it may, I feel like he could convey whatever he wanted to convey and come across with whatever he wanted to come across most strongly as he wanted to. If he would have said, yeah, okay, you know what?
What the fuck? Why not start off with reparations then?
That's a big damn deal. Well, he did though. He did.
The stimulus was not reparations.
Dog, that shit was ill as fuck though.
It was ill. I'm not taking it away
ill, nigga. What you do with your stimulus?
I can't tell you. I don't know. I got 2 of them. I don't know what I did with either.
I think I got the first one, but
I was working and I got a stimulus.
How much does that hold? Like 5?
632, dog.
$632.
I know one of them was 632, dog. Cause I was
that
like,
shit was fucking monumental.
What? I was like, what's this?
Dog, cue it up.
What?
Has that shit ever happened? Ever before that? Just giving niggas, like, that shit was crazy, dog. Everyone was stunting. They should have had a stimulus week. Like,
but that shit is crazy though, because it's like, what hole did we get dug into to where it was acceptable for the government to pass out money back to the citizens? Everybody, not just some people, but everybody got a stimulus check. Like, everybody got money.
But there was some people who did not get money, who didn't get it.
But do you think those people, like, needed it? Like, was it?
I think it was, like, dependents.
I mean, like, you like minors, you mean?
Like maybe even, like, if you about 20-some-odd years old and your parents still claim you and shit.
I mean, I got this shit in college, dog. I got this shit when I was claiming.
I remember I saw that fucking colorful ass check in the mail.
I was
tripping. I was like, yo, this is real, dog.
Let me go cash that shit at the gas station instead of the bank.
Oh yeah, I need some dough on demand, damn it. That shit was crazy to me. But
this nigga D Rujo was trying to work on a video.
This nigga trying to get
months ago. He wants me to send the songs, send that Crowd Liquor song.
But you know what? And another thing, and this is off the record, but some advice I had received is so much of what you do in your life, you just gotta go for it and document. And some of y'all might know what I'm talking about, but just document the process, and everyone else will stay tuned and see if you build upon it. Have you ever looked at like a Facebook comment and somebody being like, I'm not smoking no more? Or a Facebook comment saying, I'm going to chill on alcohol? Or a Facebook comment talking about, hey yo, you know what I'm saying, I'm through spending money on X, Jordans. And you be like, man, I wonder if them niggas kept up with it. And if they would have documented the process, you would have stayed tuned. Some of my favorite follows, you know, they put the process online. And, you know, that's what we doing here. We're going to show you from the nitty gritty. Y'all going to remember this motherfucker right here. This is Houston in the background. Got these pretty buildings. One Shell Plaza. Enron right here.
And I want to touch on what you just said.
Yeah.
Remind me though.
Yeah, hit on it. Oh, okay. I was just saying.
No, it resonated, but the last thing I saw.
You were working, which is dope.
The last thing I saw, I was checking on some bullshit, trending topics, bullshit. But
that works too. Was it work?
Nah. I mean, it was work, but it was work, but it wasn't worth the work. So sorry.
Well, shit, we shall see.
But nah, tell me, repeat what you
so
said.
So, in summation, I want, you know, so much of what we do now is got to be ostentatious. And that's like, stunt, tatious. You know, we got to stunt for niggas to really consider what we're doing as valid and dope. But sometimes it's just like, put that shit out. Let niggas critique it. You know what I'm saying? Document it. And then keep it moving. Grow. Live off the criticism.
Yeah. I think that was what I was trying to get you to repeat, because that shit resonated with me when I heard Gary Vaynerchuk say his shit. And Gary Vaynerchuk, I mean, if you ever see this, I know that you were just some average white kid. I mean, making YouTube videos, and you boomed from just making these motivational videos where you pretty much telling people to do shit that you weren't doing yourself, but you wanted to do, and that shit made sense. So, and people started subscribing and watching. Now today, this nigga has a sports agency where he represents athletes, and I know one of his goals is to buy the jet.
The Jets.
Is it the jet?
Yeah.
And you know, that shit is admirable to me, because it's just like, I'm not gonna say I've been following him since the beginning, but once I initially heard about him maybe like a year ago, I did go back and kind of look at some of his early shit, try to see what he was about. But he essentially is out here portraying what he wanted to be and putting that shit into fruition and speaking that shit into fruition and making that happen. And it's just like, if you really want something, then you're gonna do it. That's why I kind of just like, that's why earlier with the conversation with like me, you, and Rujo, it's just like, I mean, if you really want something, you're gonna do it. You're gonna make it happen. And the three of us, if we really want any of the shit that we do together, then we're gonna make it happen on our own. And there'll come a time where we'll see that, okay, you're aligned here where I'm aligned, so we can do this together, or you know, we're not aligned on these same places, so we can't do this, but I like what you're doing with this, so let's talk about that type shit. So, you know, I think all this shit comes in with time. Fucking, you know, bringing it back to this administration that we're dealing with, dog. Like I said, it comes with time. They tried to impeach Clinton over some sexual scandal type shit because this thing got head. And you mean to tell me that they not gonna impeach this motherfucking puppet that hosted a TV show?
I think it's close, dog.
Been giving fucking secrets. Who knows what the fuck this nigga is told to Russia, dog?
That shit was
all
crazy,
the lies
dog.
that the American people.
Did you see
believe.
Russia?
He probably told Russia the moon landing was fake. Like I swear, he probably, you know,
yeah.
Between you and me, the whole thing was staged.
I've seen documents.
It was staged, okay, bigly. It was bigly staged.
Bigly staged.
Okay,
they showed me.
I read it.
They got cameras in the back.
Trust me, Putin. I'm president. I'm president.
I'm like,
fuck out of here, dog.
And then the craziest shit was when I saw on CNN. Cynthia, get your shit together.
Cynthia said she can't fuck with this nigga Trump. I don't
she
blame
can't.
you.
Yeah, she fucked up on that.
Blame you.
But when I saw on CNN a headline flash across the screen that read, Russia has provided a transcript of the conversation that Trump had with Sergey or whatever the fuck his name is.
That's
I'm
like,
like, really?
That's like I know that we are not friends to the public, but I'm gonna tell them that this meeting that we just had was completely just keep up appearances. It don't matter. I'm gonna tell them that this meeting that we had was completely not what it was. And even though they think we're colluding, when I put this out, they're gonna know that we're not colluding. You know?
Well,
that's just like Batman saying, "Oh no, I vouched for Robin. He was with me the whole night. He wasn't out stopping criminals. He was with me."
That's like, you know what that reminds me of? That's like when your girl comes to your defense when you get knocked the fuck out. That's what that reminds me of.
Why you had to sneak him?
Hell
you
yeah.
had to sneak him. You had to sneak him, no. Knowing damn well you squared up with the nigga, you talking shit.
Yeah.
Like, catch this fade, nigga.
Hell yeah,
That
that's
nigga
what
hit you in your
right.
back. You chicken, you don't be trying to jump him. Why you trying to
rock
jump?
this shit, bruh. Like,
Hey,
Russia is coming to your defense. And it's so whack, dog. Oh, God. I can't believe I'm keeping up with politics. That's how dumb this shit is. You feel me?
But it's like, it's crazy because it's like you gotta decipher this shit. Like, I wonder how many people know that another 15-year-old boy was killed this week, dog.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man.
Another 15-year-old
Rest
black
in
kid was
peace.
killed.
And there was one before. Was it? I think it was this week. I think it was this week.
It was one. It was
Not
one.
the
It
cop-
was
not
one 2 week. It was one a week or 2 weeks ago.
I think it was
and
the
then
2
there was
weeks
another
ago.
one like recently this week.
The smart kid, right?
Like
I think that was the week before.
Nah, the week before was the kid from the party. That
Oh
was like 2
yeah.
weeks ago.
Where the fucking
another
assault
kid.
rifle pulled out an assault
This nigga
rifle.
pulled out a rifle.
Did you
dog.
hear you heard the shit, obviously. But the craziest shit to me was the car was backing up, like trying to escape this crazy motherfucker that they see in black. They can't tell it's a copper, dog. And even if they could, this nigga aiming at him and decides to pull out an assault rifle from the trunk and gun these, you know what I'm saying, kids that's trying to get away from this crazy ass party now, unarmed. Dog, this shit is bananas to me, man. And that's the thing. All you niggas paying attention to trying to come up with a scheme off these United flights and shit. You know, it's all propaganda, man. The media picks something to go off on and makes it hot.
And then it's cool for everybody to have this fake rage and be hashtagging shit and like, oh, this is so horrible, this is so horrible. But what you don't realize is that this shit that's old. These United stories, if y'all look at the fucking material evidence for yourself, this shit is fucking old. This shit is not new shit that's happening. This shit is old. The new shit that's happening is shit that they don't want you talking about. that they can cover up with this gossip and this hot topic shit. Like, come on, man.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, so we've gotten serious, but
we went on a tangent.
Let's talk about something a little more lighthearted. Can we touch on what we taking?
Can we touch on what?
Can we touch on, first of all, Cynthia Lucette was in Houston and didn't post shit about fucking being anywhere.
Ooh.
That's it. Yeah. All right. That's it for that.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
And then two, let's just give a shout out for Houston right now, man.
Alright.
And all the dope shit that's going on. Throw your H's up. Even though I got an Atlanta hat on.
Hey, they doing the Johnny Dane's doing a festival, dog.
Damn.
He's doing a festival. Him
I
and
just saw that
Paul
nigga.
They
Oh, I
doing
saw
a
it. Yeah, I
festival.
saw it. Yeah, I just saw it.
I can't remember. It's just, I think it's maybe this weekend or some shit like that. But they're doing a festival, and this shit's supposed to be dope. It's no parking. You supposed to park somewhere, and they got shuttles to take you to the land. It's like 29,000 square feet, I think the nigga said.
Is it a venue or it's like outside?
It's outside. It's outside.
So
It's
far,
property.
so good.
So it's like a festival that they're trying to get jumped off. Can't remember
They
the name
need
of
to
it.
been have that shit, dog.
I can't remember the name of it, and I can't for the life of me figure out why they felt like they needed Johnny Dane to come on there and speak for himself, dog. Because everybody said, well, like the park coming down, it's to that part, and then coming down, grill out, everybody coming right in town, and I'm like, dog, I respect you, whatever, you know what I mean? You're a businessman, you got that accent, language barrier, but...
Yo, you ever heard of the Mad Hatter? This nigga less than Mad Blacker, bro. He is like more bigger, blacker, and unfucking cut.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, come on now, like, you gotta know that that language barrier exists. Like, you should have been in the background, like, yeah, it's the festival. I got my representative here. She's gonna tell you a little bit more about it. Damn, and Johnny Dane sitting in the back with his grill shining and his fur on like he normally do. Like, why you gotta get up here and try to be the spokesperson? Because you can't spoke or speak for nobody. Like, come on, dog. It was just like I wanted to listen, but it was like I couldn't stop laughing and like trying to decipher what the fuck you said. Come on, dog.
Well, you know what? I have my thoughts about Johnny Dane. I saw him at this little exclusive shit. It was cool, man. Slim Thug, Mike Jones, Bun B, they were all there representing and shit. Shit was cool.
Mm-hmm.
TV Johnny was on stage, and I'm just like, man, this nigga making so much money off of these grills and shit, diamonds and shit. You know what I'm saying? Off of people who can barely fucking keep their shit together. But he created an industry, and that's what's so dope about Houston to me, is because an industry is created, and this the second home of the players and pimps. They not about to get pimped. They gonna think that you gonna think that you no different from, dare I say it, the other person whose name starts with D that you just can't seem to not talk about, Drake. You know, people say Drake came to Houston and pimped this shit out.
I just want to say, don't get on here and act like you're not a Drake fan, though.
No, I fucking love Drake. But the thing, what I love
just wanted to make sure that you got that out there.
Yeah, no, I love Drake.
Drake's
because I love how much of a hoe Drake is. I love this nigga is.
I thought you were about to say how much he represents Houston. I swear.
No, the only Houston shit about him is the H and the fucking O. The hoe part. You put the hoe in Houston, and we thank you, Drake, and we calling that shit out because, frankly,
Cynthia lost it.
Cynthia's like, dog, you fucking don't say that.
She said we never going to Toronto.
Hell no. But, you know, I mean, the thing is, Houston Drake, they like, okay, we need to get put on the map. This little goofy ass nigga, okay.
And that's another episode, dog. That's exactly what happened, though. That's exactly what happened, though. That's another episode. Like, this nigga did come out of nowhere repping Houston, and nobody stopped to think, like, wait a minute, this nigga's Canadian. Has he ever been to Houston other than to meet, like, the niggas that told him he can go record and shit like that? Like, nah, it was just like, oh, y'all fucking with me? Like, if he had got the cosign that he got from Jay Prince from Slim, not Baby, but from Slim, then he would have been repping New Orleans, and it would have been a whole different.
It would have been out. But New Orleans, that's the thing. Houston stay being like put on, dog. Stay being put on, right?
I think
like if somebody right now, yeah, like John Gray, you know what I'm saying, the associate pastor at Lakewood Church, he on TV right now. Boom, put on again. There you go. Houston put on. These like little Middle Eastern cats, they're doctors and shit, and they film some show about the medical center and their lives and shit. Boom, Houston put on again. Drake put on again. I mean, think about, that's the thing. You know, Houston stay getting put on, dog. Which is why I love the city. You know, you look at the cityscape right here and you say, it's just like one big vagina waiting to get fucked.
I'm from Houston, alright? And I don't share that same sentiment.
Oh, well, offer some perspective. Oh, GoPro's done. We're still live, though. Still live. That was a great cliffhanger to the next episode, though.
Yeah, that was. We can talk about that later. Like, repping your city and shit.
Rep your city, baby. Atlanta. Guess what? I got this rap lyric about Atlanta that say, what do I say? I say, faggot nigga made my bitch fabulous. I can't even be mad at this shit. I say that. You know that? Like, this gay dude, he got my bitch looking so fly, I can't even be mad at it.
Can't even be mad at it.
That's dope as fun.
I love this city, I love Houston, but I have this mentality here that when I come out here, I'm relaxing, like I'm home on the range. So
that is so like true, dog. This is the city of
like
post-upness.
I lose my drive when I'm out here. And it's just like when I was in New York, it was like I knew that if I didn't fucking like have some money coming in tomorrow, that I could potentially not have
everything.
The $1,300 to pay my rent. So it was like I needed to always be thinking about like how I could make some money. And it's like out here, it's just like, all right, I got a check coming, and I'll have enough to pay my shit, and I'm gonna have a little extra, so I ain't worried about shit. Like, my off days out here, I literally spend getting fucked up. My off days in New York, I would be taking, like, clothes to places to sell and shit like that. Or, you know what I mean? I might be, you know what I mean? You know, just anything, but...
That's real, dog. That's real. They ain't kidding, man, about this whole slow down shit. You come out here, you about to take it hella easy. You think Cali, they take it easy? Shit, just get a whiff of that Houston air. That should have had your lungs so filled up.
It's so easy to be complacent out here, dog.
It is.
It's so easy to be complacent and just think that, like, the little bit you got is enough. And it's like, it really depends on how much you want to expose yourself to, because there's parts of Houston that are wealthy as fuck, and then there's parts of Houston that are on the lowest scale and they don't have shit. And it's like some niggas will get a decent ass job and then go back to the poorest areas just so they can feel superior. But if you take them to those other areas where motherfuckers really making money, they still ain't shit but a nigga. Let me take a bathroom break.
SlapBoxxx Radio, commercial break. We delivering smacks to all you whack ass mother lovers. But guess what? We're gonna keep it rocking. Yeah, what we saying? Well, let's look in the comments. Oh, Oh. Oh. We live, baby. We live. So we had the hookah one time. Like the hookah. Pay respects to all the real people out here holding it down. We thank you so much for kicking it with us. What time are we looking at right now? Probably get a cigarette break in. Put your lighters up one time. This is only episode 2, but we're going to keep it rocking with you for a long while. We're going to keep it rocking with you for quite a long while because y'all love us, we love you. I hadn't realized how many people really just rock with us, That's so reassuring, which is dope. Which is super dope. What you know about Escobar? Okay.
Knocked out.
Oh man, yeah, we done took the doorknob off. Better come in here talking that real shit. You gotta take this with you like the Hall Pass. Ooh. Nah, no, we're good. That's the same Hall Pass. Yo,
Hey, what we looking like on time?
well, GoPro's out. We've been live for quite a while. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wrap it up.
We
at all
rapping.
times. Wrap it up.
This is only Cynthia, damn it.
Get your shit together.
Cynthia gonna be alright. We're gonna get her a weave.
Cynthia's 18% black, like that police officer that's trying to sue his department because they made fun of him because he's
Dog,
18%
that's crazy
black.
as shit.
This nigga's been.
He need to have a conversation with Rachel Dolezal.
Doze out. He need to talk to her because this nigga's been out here for the longest, probably calling black people niggers and shit.
He's
And
like,
now
I
he
am a
realized
nigger.
I am a nigga. It's the Dave Chappelle black supremacist skit all over again.
Yeah.
And now this nigga's like, oh, you guys have been calling black people niggers, and I'm a nigger.
That's like that movie The Jerk with, what's his name? Steve? That white dude that's thick. Nah, it's the other Steve Martin. That shit crazy. Go cue that shit up if you ain't seen it. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for rocking with us.
Hey.
Episode 2.
Hey,
Houston in the background.
hey, y'all go ahead and check out what's the boy's name? Khalid.
Homework.
Khalid, homework. That's what we're gonna be talking about next. We're gonna try to switch it up. This is the second little rap hip hop project that we've touched on and then went out on a tangent on. But next we're gonna catch up with Khalid, a new up and coming dude. He's got the location shit popping right now. Got the little remix going with Weezy and Kaylani, who I'm actually starting to fuck with.
I fuck with
She's
Kaylani.
like,
So we'll double down on the K.
Ooh,
We'll double
K.
down on the K. Yeah.
Quadruple K.
So oh man, I'm anxious for that.
What was it? Who was first?
So we had Kendrick.
Kendrick.
We went off on a tangent when it comes to that boy Kodak. And we'll do Khalid, and Kehlani. Just talking about the new resurgence of R&B, which is wow. I can't wait to get off on that.
That took the KKK episode to a whole different level.
It really did.
New resurgence of real R&B.
Damn! Wow! I'm ready to get into that part.
Wowzers!
Yeah. SlapBoxxx Radio, ladies and gentlemen, signing off. Love you. Hope you love us back. If not, fuck you and fuck you back.
Hey, but make sure y'all like and dislike that shit too. If you don't like us and you push dislike, it's still like you liking us. So just dislike and like one and the same. You know what I mean?
You know what we're gonna do at the end of every episode? Mama, don't slap me. I'm sorry for cursing.
Oh!